What's up, everybody? I'm joined once again by Steve, and we are here to talk about Jabba's Palace.
Mhm.
This is the sixth set in the Star Wars CCG universe. I had to do the math right.
Mhm.
And I think it is maybe an underrated set that's also overrated. Steve, what's your hot take right off the top here about Jabba's Palace in May?
Yeah, I think the community generally doesn't think the set's very good, but I kind of like it, and I'm going to tell you why I kind of like it as we go along.
Yeah, we're gonna hit kind of the overview of the set, the good, the bad, and the ugly, like we've done for other sets. If you haven't checked those out, I recommend taking a look. They're a lot of fun to kind of talk about this set. This is 180 cards, 80 rares. Do you know what I found out about the rares? That if it's a named alien, then it's a rare. I never knew that about Jabba's Palace cards.
Yeah, you're right. There are no uncommon or even
if it's a unique alien on light side or dark side, then it's a rare. Just when you're
Interesting. Yep, that's right.
And then
it's not always the case. In earlier sets like Premier, I mean, like Feltaprin Trevik or Dansborn, those guys are uncommon. So
Boshek,
yeah, for light side, yeah.
Right. And so, but this one named alien, it's a rare. So that's a good way when you're sorting through chat. I mean, this is a cheap set. It's 60 booster packs in the box, so it's a lot out there. You know, a box is like $200 or $300. A pack is like $3 or $4. So still pretty cheap. A full set, I think, is like $80. So I tell people that this is actually a decent entry product because it's affordable. It's iconic in that you see characters you recognize, including like Lando, Leia, R2, Jabba, and like, you know, it's a decent way to like read the rules text. I will say there's a lot of aliens that don't do anything that are relevant.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the we'll get into this thing. That's one of the reasons why I don't hate this set compared to some people, because the pack opening experience is actually kind of fun. Like compared to, you know, Cloud City or Dagobah, where you're opening just like all of these like boring interrupts that don't get played or bad interrupts that you don't want to play. This one, it's kind of fun to go through these aliens, read their lore, and it's kind of a flavorful experience.
Yeah, like you didn't know you could get 60 unique characters out of 15 minutes of real, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Every single guy that was watching the Rancor pick it open, turns out he has a story why he was there.
A lot of pathos.
So a lot to kind of like. So this was $250 a pack. I think this is the same price as, or did it?
It is. Yeah, it is. So there's 4 sets in a row that were 9-card packs for $250. That's Dagobah, Cloud City, Jabba's Palace, and Special Edition. That was the 9-card pack era. This set came out in May 1998. I like to do a little historical context here. Any thoughts what the top movie in America was in May of '98?
Is that Titanic?
No, it's Deep Impact.
Oh, we went through the like natural disaster crisis.
Yeah, like space natural disasters, Armageddon, Deep Impact. Yeah,
and I think there was a couple of volcano ones as well, and like tornado ones.
Right, the Twister. Yeah, sure. It's unseated later in May by Godzilla, the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
That movie rocks. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed that movie in my brain 20 years ago. So I don't know if it's still good.
Top song in America is a song called Too Close by Next, which I have no familiarity with. I played it. It sounds like kind of generic 90s R&B. I thought to myself, I probably don't know the song because when everybody else was like slow dancing to it in the the middle school gym for the spring dance, whenever I was playing Star Wars CCG on the back patio with my buddies because we were cool. We bought the ticket to the dance but didn't want to dance.
I was hoping it was going to be Mambo number 5, but I think we're off by a few months for Mambo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
That song is so good.
That's the a little bit of Monica in My Life song.
Yeah.
Got a new meaning in that era, right? Okay. Oh man. All right. So yeah, for CCG context, Magic released Stronghold in February of '98 and Exodus a month later in June. That's the part 2 and 3 of the Tempest block, which is also like a high point for I think for 90s Magic. And Star Trek CCG just did the OTSD for Star Trek in May, and they'll do DS9 in July. So also like a high point for the Star Trek CCG lineup.
I think in the CCG world, this is like the height of the golden age there's like, if you look at all the games that were out, like there's at this point, like probably 50 plus, right? Like different products. We're still pre-Pokemon. I think Pokemon, and I guess into a timeline, but Pokemon comes out and things get consolidation a little bit.
That's
A lot of games go bust in like 99, 2000. But like right now you got like,
I think it's out in Japan at this point, but it's not out in the US. And you're right. So I think like the top CCG, like top 10 CCGs, are all pretty diverse in their gameplay, and they're all selling pretty well. And therefore, the companies are printing a ton of these sets. This is why, like, if you're ever looking through like an old dusty Star Wars CCG collection you find on Facebook Marketplace, it's like chock full of this set and the one before it.
This was a good time to be a local game store owner.
Yeah.
It's also before the internet, so you had to go through like, not before, but like, it's not like today where
harder to go online,
find stuff cheaper online all the time.
Right. And then like Pokemon comes along a year later, and like a deep impact meteor flattens the CCG market, and everybody's just going crazy for Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can get in a little bit more of the impact. That might be an interesting topic for like a video,
a couple videos down the line. Yeah, definitely.
But let's talk Jabba's Palace. If you made it 6 minutes in, like these guys haven't talked about my favorite three-eyed alien. Okay, Jabba's Palace. We're getting there.
Oh, sorry, I re-ease. I don't know if I got it on the slideshow. Let's get into the cards.
All right. So here's the good, the bad, and then the ugly down here is a sight. So what do you think the good here is?
So, I first of all, I think Jabba the Hutt's a great character, a big fun fat puppet, but he's also like a really good card. Particularly this version does a lot of interesting things. When you force strength an alien, you get to activate a force. It's really interesting. I love this card. When I'm going through the set, actually, I found a lot of cards that are pretty good in this set, more than I thought I remembered. I think the big thing to talk about are the starting interrupts. This is the first set with starting interrupts. I think the community generally thinks they're a good idea. I think there's some contrarian voices that like the game pre-starting interrupts. But, I'm all about anything that gives structure to this game, because it can be quite sandboxy. So it's nice to have something that can like give you a roadmap. And so being able to play the starting interrupt, this is the original one, which lets you play an effect from your deck. That can give your deck a bit of a game plan, a little bit of focus. It makes those rough opening draws a little bit less rough if you have a guaranteed beginning of your strategy on the table. So I think this is a really great card. There's obviously the light side one, there's a dark side one called Twi'lek Advisor. And there's other starting interrupts later, but this is the original one.
Yeah, I agree. I think I like where it goes sort of design-wise, in that like we're going to try to give a little bit of an instruction manual. I do still think that with the starting interrupts, like there's a little bit of like the gimmicky stuff where like this interrupt doesn't have to be immune to alter. Later we see like 3 that are immune to alter, and it just adds in that like cognitive load piece a little bit.
Well, yeah, I actually wish the starting interrupts were a little more diverse what they did, other than just being letting you start effects, right?
Yes, right. Which I think objectives kind of came in and slid into that space.
That's right. The other thing is that although it seems like you have a lot of options for which effects you can pull with the Signal and Twi'lek Advisor, there's only a few that are really worth doing, and so the next one is one of them, obviously, but. I kind of wish there was more things you could do with them.
But I think we're on the right track, and I mean, this is also just like kind of doubling down on we are not going to ban things, right? Like instead of banning things, you will have the ability to start an effect that might downplay negative play experience. Like
with this, you could start do or do not to hate on Sense and Alter, for instance. You can start things like Ultimatum or Resistance, which I didn't put up here, new cards from Jabba's Palace that can make certain non-player into NP interactions a little less rough. Scum and Villainy is another great card. I love this card. I love building decks around it. It's kind of in the category of proto-objective in that it is rewarding you for doing a certain thing, which is pretty much only running aliens and battling with aliens. So that's a lot of fun.
No, I agree. I like Scum and Villainy. I think it's a fun little platform. It just feels thematic as well.
Yeah. It's powerful, but not unbeatable by any stretch. You take over the audience chamber, you turn that thing off, but I think it's right where it needs to be in terms of power to value.
I will say I do think the dark side gets some better tools in this set
Definitely.
than light side. So I think
Yeah.
in the meta, dark side is always kind of better a little bit, but I think
Mhm.
they get more tools in this
Right.
set than light side.
Yeah, there's no light side equivalent to Scum and Villainy for like running light side aliens in the palace. R2 is a cool card. I love the 1 in 6 Destiny number. I think it does some really interesting things. I didn't put a gift up here, but I think I love a gift. I guess a gift is the closest to a light side counterpart to Scum and Villainy. It's not obviously as good. It's more defensive. But a gift is a really fun thing to turn on by moving R2 to the audience chamber and then like subtracting value from the opponent's aliens.
I agree. R2 is fun. Bargaining table, man. I love bargaining table.
I love this card. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a dark side equivalent called Den of Thieves. It's just a really fun idea to give a little extra value to all those non-unique aliens in this set and the earlier sets by making them cancel force strains. It's a great idea. And then being able to be played off of the table later on is really cool.
Yeah, which I think is the first. Later in special edition, there's like a
Starship.
starships
Yeah.
and other stuff. But I think this is the first instance of this, like play a character to block.
Yep.
I think it's just like a nice idea. It's good.
Yeah.
The card, like good design, feels diverse.
Yep. Fallen Portal is a personal favorite card of mine. I think this card is great.
I 100% agree. Fallen Portal is like won me games, and it's
when I can like Fallen Portal Mara Jade because I either got lucky or tracked the right Destiny number to do so, I feel like a genius.
It's like a Fallen Portal plus like Run Luke Run is like the most annoying profit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Luke's 4 sites away. Run Luke Run, Fallen Portal half their characters, then you just have this huge beatdown. Like
yeah.
Great.
And I was saying like these cards are uncommons. I think they're both uncommons. So it's like there's some good stuff in the common uncommon red card slot in the set. So it's not as rough as I think people remember.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's like some good cards here. There's also some bad cards.
Yeah, I'll get to the bad, and that's the rare slot. The rare slot's pretty bad in this set.
Yeah, and I think that like this is also an instance of like the light side not getting the right tools because you had like the light side's always been about like 6 characters, right?
Yeah.
Luke, Han, Leia, Lando, Chewie, droids.
Right.
And it's like when you get a bad instance of it, it feels like a missed opportunity. Like Princess Leia being basically just for the fanboys, right? Like
everyone wanted to love this card for obvious reasons, but this card is horrible.
Right.
And yeah, it could have been so much better too. There's a lot of ways this could have been designed to be a useful character.
It also says so much about our society that this is the most valuable card in the set.
Is it really more than Jabba? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's worth like more than $10 or something.
Yeah, but like $10. Yeah,
people that have 600 of these in a binder or something. Each their own.
Yeah. Is the foil one from Reflections like an ultra rare, or they
no? I think it was like the medium rarity.
The medium one. Okay.
Super duper rare.
Yeah. And Tamtil Screech is also a pain, like just sad kind of bad card because the Lando from Cloud City is not really very good, and this is like even worse. It's got the deployment restriction. It's not even naturally an undercover spy. You've got to like get undercover out of your deck, which might not be there. It's extra card slots. So real disappointing missed opportunity card.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're still at a point where we don't have a good Lando. I think we're
right
about to get one of the fixed, I don't know, Cloud City enhanced.
Enhanced Cloud City is pretty good. Yeah. The only thing cool about him is his little like bony mask shines on foil, the foil version from Reflections.
Yeah, and then I think moving through the bad, there's a lot of scrubs. Like like rares that are scrubs.
I could have pulled any number of these. This is just like I'm going to click on one that I don't know what it does, and yep, it's bad. I'll put 2 of them up for you guys to see. They don't do anything. One does something with Seekers. They does something with moisture vaporizers.
Yeah, and it's not just that they're like situational. They're like situational in a situation that would never come up. Right? Like, that's the problem. It's not just these are bad. It's like no one uses timer mines or vaporize.
Right.
And having one alien that makes it slightly better is not going to like change a meta, right? You need to build up like here's 12 cards, right? And I think it's fine. It just means that these are essentially worthless cards.
There's binder fodder, and that's why it's not great to open packs of this because you get all the copies of Bargaining Table and Fallen Portal you need pretty quickly, and then you're just going to be opening these guys. So What's funny though is when I was trying to finish my collection, I realized there were actually a couple I didn't have because they're so unmemorable that I probably like tossed them out in a box of bulk or something at one point.
Yeah, I think I definitely have some misplaced Jabba alien rares, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't need them for anything.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the ugly here? This is a cool card, a beautiful card. I think
it's a beautiful card, beautiful picture. So it's not an ugly picture. I think that you did a video about this deck a while back. This card is real broken, and I think it kind of like really messed up the meta when it came out because so this card lets you take a Jabba's Palace site from your deck, and then you have Expand the Empire, which is from Premier. And with the new starting interrupt, you can start this location. You can have Twi'lek Advisor pull Expand the Empire, which copies the game text of this site to its 2 adjacent sites. So then you immediately pull 2 adjacent Jabba's Palace sites, and then that will the pull of Jabba's Palace site will get copied to those. And then you can pull 2 more Jabba's Palace sites, and if you sequence them, you can then put them between there to copy the text onto those. And you can, by turn 2, pull every Jabba's Palace site out of your deck. And there aren't a ton in this set, but they add more later on. But even in this set, you can be activating like 9 Force on your own on turn 2 and giving up only like 2 Force icons from it. And that's just before you see what your opponent gives you. So yeah, you can create some really unbalanced situations that really, I think, messed up the meta. So that's why we in the Retro League right now, we typically play Premier to Cloud City Modified. I think playing Premier to Jabba's Palace would be a real problem, a real unbalanced.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the idea behind it, where it's like, hey, everyone wants to tutor this. I mean, I think we're entering into the age of like tutors, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Magic have been doing it for a while, but it's like a card can grab another card, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the functions of the card. And I think one of the big struggles of this game is the fact that like your sites, you can just get like completely force screwed. It's like mana screwed, but like you just can't run your sites. I still think that this game could have possibly been fixed with one of 2 things. A mulligan rule, right? Like you get just a simple 1 less card redraw, or a rule that's built in like once per game you can grab a site. And both players access that rule. And it's
well, and with objectives, effectively you got to get a site a turn kind of thing, because most of the objectives have some way for you to pull out all the sites you need. And then definitely once you get Imperial Arrest Order and its light site counterparts, you can get docking bays. But yeah, I think the intention for this probably was just you do it once, you probably get the audience chamber, and you set up the Jabba's Palace game. And because light side already has Dagobah, which can pull a Dagobah site a turn, people thought this is fine. But I don't know why the idea of expanding the Empire fell through the playtesting cracks. It was already a pretty popular card to play. So,
I mean, this is what's so fun about good ideas is when they actually come out and you realize how people are incentivized to break them. Right?
Yeah.
Let's take your really fast car and drive it around as fast as we can and like see what happens.
Yeah.
So this is a fun set. There's also, I forgot to mention, the poster. I think as an entry point, this is the rules are still. There's a lot of rules, but also I think that a little bit more of a diverse meta because it's not just like you get more places to play, right? Which
it's fun to come back to Tatooine. I think that's he hadn't had a new Tatooine location in a while, so this is fun to get back there. I think it's cool.
Yeah, because before it was just like Hoth.
Moving around to new areas. There's not a lot of incentive to go back and play around on Tatooine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for this. This was like the height of my middle school playtime with this game, so I bought a lot of Cloud City packs. I went to a lot of tournaments. You get those at tournaments pretty regularly, so I had a lot of fun with these cards.
Yeah, same. I think it's we'll see more of it in Reflections and some future ideas of. I mean, I think that this gets enhanced a lot by some of the supplemental products that we'll talk about. There's a lot of cool stuff that's coming, but at this point, it's still kind of characters fighting characters with a little bit of pizzazz.
Right.
All right, Steve. Any final thoughts on Jabba's Palace?
No, that covers it.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.